Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Trading Secrets. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. For those of you who do not know, my name is Ali. I have over 20 years experience teaching accounting, economics, business and law. Through this channel I'll be providing some stock analysis and a quick update on the $1 Million Challenge. So if anybody's not aware of this is a journey of an investment of $1,000 to a return of $1 million over a period of 3 years using strategic or compound return investing. So the objective is try to get 201 trades, each with an average return of 3.5%. It's not 201 consecutive trades. We do take into account losses. So for further details about how to join us for less than $9 a month, information is available in the description below. In today's video, we're going to be looking at a decision that has been announced in the discovery pre-action in the Supreme Court of New York, and stay tuned for that. We're also going to be looking at ticker symbol NGL, which is a new energy stock to the channel. So before we get started, let's have a quick look at what's happening in the market. So first headline here from CNBC, we can see the S&P 500 and NASDAQ rally for the 6th straight day as traders hope the Fed's rate hiking cycle is nearly over. So there was good news. The Fed did not increase interest rates, and that was in response to inflation coming down lower than expected. So right now in the market, what we are seeing in terms of the fear and greed index is extreme greed, with many stocks, including stocks such as Apple, recently hitting all-time highs, as well as Nvidia. So let's start by having a look at the announcement from Mark Basile, and what he stated earlier today is our client's petition for the production of blue sheets has been denied. Will follow up soon. So Mark has also stated he's disappointed and disagrees, and obviously Sonic Boom Investor has also added in, stating this is looking like a RICO statute case. Bradley has stated just cause for blue sheets was proven by the Freedom of Information Act document that FINRA states suspect trading fraud. There it is from the mouth of FINRA, reason to get the blue sheets, very disappointed in this unfair ruling. So I was listening to the discussions on the Freedom of Information Act, and from what I remember, the attorney for FINRA did state with regard to this fraud discussion, they stated that that was in response to alleged two market makers. However, I think from my opinion, the attorney for FINRA was very clever in terms of moving the argument forward very quickly. I think he was quite aggressive as well in his arguments, and I think he also tried to give more knowledge than he probably had in terms of the situation, because I think on a number of questions that the judge asked, he was a little bit flustered and he was reading through his papers, so he certainly didn't give the impression of having a good thorough overview and understanding of the case and of the story. But he did seem to have some pre-prepared statements, and he presented him, in my opinion, quite aggressively to the judge, and that's what I think happened. Let's now have a look at the decision. So we can see here in the Supreme Court of the State of New York, New York County, the Honorable Judge Sabrina Kraus has, in the petition of David Kosani versus FINRA, announced a decision which is an order on the motion. So in terms of the decision, it states here the motion is denied and the proceeding is dismissed. So certainly not good news there. In terms of the discussion further down, it states here the petitioner fails to allege a meritorious cause of action as required by CPLR 3102 section C. A petitioner must demonstrate it has sufficient factual basis to assert a meritorious cause of action, and that the information sought is material and necessary to the actionable wrong. So in my opinion, that was presented. However, in the opinion of the judge, that was not presented. So what happens in law? Law is a case of everything is subjective, everything is based on the opinion of a particular person, and in this, obviously, it's in the opinion of a judge. So if a judge has a good understanding of financial, stock market, trading, these kind of issues, then he will or she will have a good understanding. If the judge has not got any experience in financial matters, the judge will just then have to base it on personal opinion, personal obviously reasoning, and based on the arguments presented. So I think that's what's happened in this case. So continuing with that, it states here, limitation designed to prevent the initiation of troublesome and expensive procedures based on mere suspicion, which may annoy and intrude upon an innocent party. So I think this is quite staggering. So troublesome and expensive procedure. So I'm not sure where this has actually come from, because I thought, you know, releasing the blue sheets, I'm not sure how expensive that is. I'm not sure how troublesome that is. And when we say based on mere suspicion, that is certainly 100% not the case. There is evidence out there in terms of level 2 data. There is evidence out there in terms of people not selling. And certainly I think in follow-up situations with regard to this, I think I certainly expect much more evidence to be presented. So it goes on to say, which may annoy and intrude upon an innocent party. So this is also sounding quite staggering in terms of the innocent party going by the name of FINRA. And it may annoy them and it may intrude them. So in other words, releasing the blue sheets is going to annoy them. They are innocent, let's not annoy them. So that's the first limitation. It states here, petition asserts that he anticipates bringing a claim for damages for stock spoofing, naked shorting, market manipulation, fraud. And it goes on to say, such a request is contrary to the purpose of CPLR 3102. So the judge is basically saying that is not appropriate in this particular case. To state a claim of fraud in New York, a petitioner must plead a material misrepresentation of a fact, knowledge of its falsity and intent to induce reliance, justifiable reliance by the plaintiff and damages. So in my opinion, I don't think there was enough time to present more arguments. I think there is certainly sufficient evidence to present. If there was more time available, I remember in listening in, I think the judge said you have 10 minutes to present. And according to Mark Basile, he stated his 10 minutes were used up. And from what I remember, when it was the case of FINRA, I am quite confident that they went over and above their 10 minutes. So they were basically giving the impression that we have lots of information to provide and we need more time because we are the innocent party that are getting annoyed. So that's, I think, how they presented it. Further down, it says, petitioner does not point to any alleged misrepresentations, nor does he allege any justifiable reliance. Petition does not allege any particularized damages, and petitioner asserting that he suffered financial harm as a result of the illegal trading of MMTLP shares. So I think the key objective was to get the blue sheets. I think the key objective certainly was not damages in this right now. So I'm not sure why the focus here is on damages. So the failure to plead the elements of an alleged fraud claim is fatal to the petition. So again, that's another opinion there. The petition is therefore an improper fishing expedition. I don't like the sound of that. The petition must be denied. The motion is denied and the petition is dismissed. So that's the conclusion, that's the end. So let's have a look at the final section. And the order from the judge is any relief not expressly addressed has nonetheless been considered and is hereby denied, and is further ordered that this constitute the decisions and order of this court. And the section that has been checked is case disposed. So remember, this is in the opinion of the court, so it is in the opinion of the judge. So let's now have a look at reactions and let's have a look at what may happen next. The first reaction here from Mark, he's also gone on to say, if the judge applied the right standard to this type of proceeding, we would already have the blue sheets. So that's a stronger statement by Mark, as Mark is basically saying here in his statement, if the judge had applied the right standard to the type of proceeding, we would already have the blue sheet. So I do agree with that statement. I think that statement is accurate. Now we go up, it's an equitable power the judge has. So follow on from my lost my ass in MMTLP has stated, Mark, you were highly respectable in the last hearing. Yes, I do agree. And one of the reasons why people may think that is because in comparison to the attorney for FINRA, I think the attorney for FINRA was very aggressive and certainly not polite. After getting divorced twice from the same woman, this is the person who's lost his ass in MMTLP and getting screwed in the wrong way both times. I'm not sure what he means by that. I've learned that this is the meanest and most lying dog that wins in court. So I don't think they were in animals, but I think I know what he means by the lying dog. high road doesn't matter, biggest stick does. So let's try and bring a bigger stick, according to Lost My Ass. And X-Wolven has stated, not surprised either, this would have made an incredibly easy battle if it was not designed. The reason that there are no other cases anyone can find prosecuting these, there is a long battle on multiple fronts. More lawyers may come into the fold, and any break in the dam. So, and then the next reply here from Mark in response to Genad Vision, who states, first of all, Genad Vision states, unfreaking believable, this made me cry, but the goal to wear us down, we just don't, until we give up, that's not going to happen. Her husband lost his life fighting for his country, a country that does not give an SH. I think the missing words not included there are IT, about its citizens, and allows blatant theft of our markets to destroy lives, including vet widows. So I believe the vet widows, the veterans, the disabled, the innocent retail investors, I think they all deserve justice, and Mark has stated it is not over by a long shot. So good reassurance there from Mark as well. And the final reaction I'm going to share with you here is from one of the good guys, who states, hopefully the decision can be reviewed by an appellate law firm. She's a new judge without experience with securities and financial markets. So the reason why one of the good guys is making this statement is because this was a statement indicated by the judge herself. So these are not one of the good guy's words, these are the words of the judge. So she stated that she did have obviously limited experience in securities and financial markets, and even though she may be good at what she does, we are all human, the court would be legally flawed. So I do believe that we need a specialist judge who understands financial markets, and hopefully that will be the next outcome. What I'd now like to do is finish off by having a look at ticker symbol NGL. So shout out here to Trades Mustache, who's also tagged me in, stating thoughts on NGL. Nancy Pelosi, Mark Green just bought some, and now they've got a $14 price target upgraded from $4. So this is a stock that we're looking at. So shout out here to the Discord, where we shared some news on NGL, rated as a good buy in the energy sector. So let's have a look at the chart. So on the chart here, we can see over the previous month, it is up in excess of 43%. At one point, approximately 1 month ago, it was trading around about the $2.80 mark. And right now, today, close of market, it closed up in excess of 4.23% at $4.07. So certainly looks to have some more room to maneuver on this. So let's have a look at the headline here from Investor Observer. Is NGL Energy Partners a good buy in the energy sector? So this is an article from the 15th of June 2023, so very, very recent. So we can see here in the article, the 98 rating to NGL Energy Partners, ticker symbol NGL, puts it near the top of the energy sector, in addition to scoring higher than 97% of the stocks in the energy sector. So very bullish, very positive. What does the rating mean? It basically means analyzed stocks can be hard. There are tons of numbers and ratios, and in terms of NGL, this is certainly one of the highest. Finally, what I'd like to have a look at now is the other breaking news with regard to NGL. What we can see here from Benziga, dated June 13, 2023, the recent filing shows that Republican Mark Green bought over $100,000 worth of NGL Energy Partner stock. So that's why in trading, when you see such either insider buys or institutional buys or large buys, that is a good indication. So officially in the market, that is not supposed to be insider trading. That is illegal. However, in reality, when this kind of thing happens, it is an indication that somebody either accidentally has a clue or somebody has some information. So from June the 13th, we can certainly see this is a clue. So this is a strong clue, and this is great news for NGL. And finally, if anybody would like to get breaking news with regard to stocks such as NGL and many others, you can join our Discord for less than $9 a month. Thank you very much for watching. Please stay tuned.